this is angel generated by AI. And as according to the biblical description, actually, I believe if our AI is kind of toy, it still cannot fully, how to say, simulate what the reality is, because the heavenly being is beyond our imagination, because they're from higher dimension, and it's very strange if we just use physical things to express them. So that's why when you put into AI, it gives this a little weird, but also very owning, shocking. So that's why maybe happening in the Bible, when any angels appear to mankind, they will always say, do not be afraid, because their original form maybe is a little shocking for common people to see. And this has reminded me of a Chinese tale. It's called Ye Gong Holong. Basically, that story is speak about someone who is passionate for dragon. He everything in his room, including his clothes, is all dragon patterns to show how his love for the dragon, and it moves the dragon, and the dragon do really appear to him. But when he saw the real dragon, he frightened to death, and he dare not to face the dragon, because it's so shocking. Yes, I think that's how we all imagined all the heaven and being, or maybe things come from another dimension or higher dimension. So that's why maybe Jesus in the Bible says, if I teach you earthly things you wouldn't believe, how you ask me to talk about heavenly things, you will certainly not. It's beyond your perception, beyond your imagination. But I think human is a curious creature. That's why I think the book of Enoch, or many apocrypha of some Jewish mystery, has been very popular recently in the internet. Yes, but still, I think this is give us our kind of hint. For a long time, I don't really have strong interest in angels. And previously, I have a strong interest in Christianity, so that's why I began to know Bible and all this kind of stuff. Yes, but now I jump out of religion. I began to see it in another perspective after I began to know Judaism and other ancient things or traditions. And I saw a lot of commonality in all these ancient stories. But just recently, I began to know somehow, to know what a real angel is, do make some difference in our spiritual seeking path. Yeah, so that's why I want to record this kind of a video to share my view about this spiritual being called angels. According to Kabbalah, all the Jewish things about these angels. Actually, I recently have read a book by a French spiritual master, and he's talking about angels. And yes, because now he also mentioned in his book that the prevalence of all these esoteric teachings in our generation, and make a little chaotic situation, because people can find all kinds of story online, and you do know which is real, which is fake. You cannot tell. So that's why someone might even say the internet is net full of confusion, because it gives you so many options, and sometimes they are in conflict. Yes, but so that's why I think it's very important to have wisdom, to have your own distinguishment. And also I think the internet is also kind of a, how to say, it's kind of a politeness that we respect everyone's belief, and we know everyone different people have different belief, and I didn't mean to argue with anyone. I just share my point of view and all the information I have collected so far about angels. Because for a long time I have followed some rabbi. The rabbi also mentioned about angels. It basically says a lot of angels associated with common people is when we do certain actions, we will create angel, because angel is kind of energy. It's not physical things. That's why it's very weird when we put things into physicality. It cannot fully convey the spiritual concept. But our actions, our words, our thinking do create angels. So that's why in Judaism or in Kabbalah it's very important you should think positively, speak positively, and act positively. Yes, it has also this deeper layers of why morality is very important for us, because we are basically creating angels by all these actions and thinking and speaking. And that's why it's important. And but people always like to mention the hierarchy of angels, like Michael, Gabriel, all this archangel they say. Yes, but according to Kabbalah, at least my current knowledge of angels, then usually I think this very high realm angel like a cherubim or phanim. Just like this video, they describe this angel very holy, very close to God's throne angel. It's not what common people can approach. That's why I also made some other videos about Kabbalah say about the psychic ability. It's very dangerous if you just want to develop a psychic ability without purity seeking, because purity is associated with Yesod, and Yesod has physically associated with a sexual organ, and also all the self-control and a lot of good character. To put it in a simple sense, you must do character development to seek purity first, and then it's like climbing ladders. When you have this spiritual seeking, one step after another, you cannot build the Rome in one day. It's a gradual process, and so that's why I think a lot of internet resources that just make use of the people's kind of greedy. They want to become rich suddenly, they want to become spiritual suddenly, but usually things come very fast, will also go very fast, is usually destructive, just like in the natural world we can observe, like the tornado, tsunami, and volcano eruption. These things all come very fast, and you didn't enjoy the result of these things. It's similar because as above as below, the nature also have a reflection of our human universe. So that's why everything must be done gradually, that you'll build your character to achieve purity. Then you can achieve maybe psychic ability is just a plus for this. So that's a kind of warning, because there's so many information, many are false information actually. So it's very important way. That's why if you want to avoid cheaters, liars, first do a self-reflection. If you are greedy, if you have greedy, the cheaters, liars, the false hood will come to you. Because there is a kind of saying in Chinese, it says a mosquito won't sting egg without crack, because there's a crack, so the mosquito will come there. So if you want to avoid all the negativities in life, first try to eliminate all the negativity inside. When you have no room for all the negativity like greedy or all this complaint, all this ingratitude or whatever, all the negative attribute, if you can learn to suppress them and overcome them and turn them into a good nature, I'm sure you will meet a lot of kind people, because the society, the environment is a reflection of our inner world. If you want to have a world full of peace, love, and kindness, you should try to build this kind of world within first.